Matt Gaetz, the Florida representative who also happens to be a Trump loyalist, happens to be breaking some ethics rules meant to safeguard against corruption and also conflicts of interest. So there was an investigative piece in Politico about this, and I want to share the details. For instance, they write that Gaetz concedes that he improperly spent $28,000 in taxpayer funds to a limited liability company connected to the speechwriting consultant Darren Beatty, a former White House aide who was ousted after appearing at the H.L. Mencken Club conference. Now, the Southern Poverty Law Center calls attendees of the conference a band of white nationalists, pseudo-academics, and academic racists. So I'm sure he fit right in, but it is surprising that the White House ousted him for that, because this is what the White House is all about. But nonetheless, once this guy was fired, Matt Gaetz decided, oh, I like this guy. Let me go ahead and hire him. Gaetz announced hiring Beatty as a speech writing advisor in April of 2019, but he was never added to Gaetz's congressional payroll, according to a House disbursement record. Instead, Gaetz paid him through a Wyoming-based LLC. Okay, now there are benefits, significant benefits actually, by staying off of the congressional payroll, because it doesn't limit the amount of money you can make outside of your formal job working as a speechwriter, right? Now, Gaetz's aide said that it was a clerical error. Keep in mind, taxpayer money is not supposed to be used for speechwriters. So Gaetz's aide said that it was a clerical error and that they are now working to reverse it. House rules explicitly prohibit spending taxpayer dollars on speech writing consultants. Okay. Also, there's one other possible violation, as Politico reports. A private company installed a television studio in Gaetz's father's home in Niceville, Florida, which Gaetz uses when he makes television appearances. Taxpayers foot the bill to rent the television camera, and the company, the private company that built the studio, which Gaetz refuses to identify, takes a fee each time he appears on air. Now listen, we have few resources here at TYT. We've been doing this show remotely because of the pandemic, and guess what? I don't pay anyone a fee to appear on this show. I don't pay a fee for the camera. I don't pay a fee to the LLC. Once you're set up and you're ready to go, you're ready to go. So he's being very opaque when it comes to what this LLC is. So if an investigation finds that he's actually using this as a way to pay himself or to pay his father, that's a huge issue.
Yeah, and you guys have seen some of the issues that we've had as we've been doing it from home. TYT.com/go. So look, on Matt Gaetz. So first of all, why didn't you just hire the guy if you want him to be your writer? You're allowed to do that as a congressman. They have to be an employee, and they can help you with all the things that you're working on, whether it's writing bills, which Gaetz almost never does, or writing speeches. So it's kind of a curious thing. It's almost like you wanted to funnel him money because they're like, oh, you got fired by Trump for being a white supremacist. Here, let me give you a contract on the side so you're okay. It's a very curious thing to do, and of course he did it not with his money, but with taxpayer money. So that's the problem there. You know, the Democrats investigate this stuff only if they themselves don't do it, and so I don't know if they've been dragging their feet on this because they're like, okay, how many of you guys do this? Oh, you do it, you do it, you do it. Nah, let's let Gaetz get away with it. So I don't know. The Democrats don't do it to white supremacists, but do they have other consultants that they pay with taxpayer money? We don't know. So I hope that they investigate it fully. All right, guys, post game is going to be amazing. Joe Rogan actually busts Ben Shapiro, and Donald Trump busts himself. If you have not seen his answers to the cognitive test, it is hilarious. TYT.com/join, or hit the join button below if you're watching on YouTube. We'll see you there in a minute.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. We really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.